In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Has there come to you the news of the overwhelming? Faces on that day will be shamed, laboring and exhausted, roasting in a scorching fire, given to drink from a flaming spring. They will have no food except thorns, that neither nourishes, nor satisfies hunger. Faces on that day will be joyful, satisfied with their endeavor, in a lofty garden. In it you will hear no nonsense. In it is a flowing spring. In it are raised beds, and cups set in place, and cushions set in rows, and carpets spread around. Do they not look at the camels, how they are created, and at the sky, how it is raised, and at the mountains, how they are installed, and at the earth, how it is spread out? So remind. You are only a reminder. You have no control over them. But whoever turns away and disbelieves, Allah will punish him with the greatest punishment. To us is their return. Then upon us rests their reckoning. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. By the daybreak, and 10 nights, and the even and the odd, and the night as it recedes. Is there in this an oath for a rational person? Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with that Iram of the pillars, the like of which was never created in the land? And Thamud, those who carved the rocks in the valley, and Pharaoh of the stakes, those who committed excesses in the lands, and spread much corruption therein. So your Lord poured down upon them a scourge of punishment. Your Lord is on the lookout. As for man, whenever his Lord tests him, and honors him, and prospers him, he says, My Lord has honored me. But whenever he tests him, and restricts his livelihood for him, he says, My Lord has insulted me. Not at all. But you do not honor the orphan, and you do not urge the feeding of the poor, and you devour inheritance with all greed, and you love wealth with immense love. No, when the earth is leveled, pounded, and crushed, and your Lord comes with the angels, row after row, and on that day, hell is brought forward. On that day, men will remember, but how will remembrance avail him? He will say, If only I had forwarded for my life. On that day, none will punish as he punishes, and none will shackle as he shackles. But as for you, O tranquil soul, return to your Lord, pleased and accepted. Enter among my servants. Enter my paradise. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. I swear by this land, and you are a resident of this land, and by a father and what he fathered. We created man in distress. Does he think that no one has power over him? He says, I have used up so much money. Does he think that no one sees him? Did we not give him 2 eyes, and a tongue, and 2 lips? And we showed him the 2 ways? But he did not brave the ascent. And what will explain to you what the ascent is? The freeing of a slave, or the feeding on a day of hunger, an orphan near of kin, or a destitute in the dust. Then he becomes of those who believe, and advise one another to patience, and advise one another to kindness. These are the people of happiness. But as for those who defy our revelations, these are the people of misery. Upon them is a padlocked fire,